Hi, welcome back. I've been away for a while. I guess you've noticed I haven't made any videos if you've been following. Took some time off, got out of my routine, but I guess that is part of any plan too. You're going to fall off, you just get back on the horse and ride some more. In this case, the theme of this video has been walk where you are. Start where you are, just do the best you can. So, since we last met, my father passed away. Took time out for that. Don't know what my mom is doing. She and I are not talking. We've had trouble off and on, but does it make it any easier that we've never figured out how to communicate? And so with the absence of that, there's the absence of family pretty much. Except for my son, he and I still get together. He was just here a couple weeks ago. That was nice. Probably played too much Minecraft and stayed inside. We needed to get out and walk. But he did run on the treadmill. That was fun. Watch him play. And if the flights permit, he'll be back at Christmas. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do for then. Work has given me a raise. That's kind of nice. I've been looking for different, but I may stay. It was kind of a nice raise. I think maybe they've been losing too many people. They've got to figure out how to keep people on mental health. I can only wonder about the lives of anybody that watches, and so many people are struggling these days. I have friends that are probably going to not be working for American because they're choosing not to be vaccinated, American Airlines. I have friends at Southwest that may not be employed after this. I got the shot. I don't care if people get the shot or not. I think it's a personal choice. If you ask me questions about the shots, I will do my best to educate you about the shots. But in the end, if you say I don't want it, we're done. You don't want it. That's good enough. I've been writing. Made some money on writing, actually. I've made $700 the last 3 months, each month. That's pretty good if I can sustain it. It would be nice writing and just making my living based on my writing. Still need to progress at writing and get better, but still, it's nice enough. Met some nice people writing, and people are talking to me, and that's fun in itself. And we just keep walking, doing the best we can. Thinking about what to do. Will I move from here and go to Nevada, be closer to my son? There's a couple places I've seen online that I'd like buying property in Nevada. Kind of be nice to be out in the country, see the mountains. Look pretty flat there. I suppose if I go north towards Utah, there's more trees. Trees are nice. Snow would be nice. Regular snow. Not just the ice storms we get here in the Dallas area. Though this year was a good storm. I just got to see snow. He's my son. And other than that, nothing much new has happened. Just been surviving and moving through the day. One day at a time. And maybe that's another reason I haven't done any videos, is I've not really had anything I wanted to say or talk about. My friend is walking on her treadmill. This is my friend's wife, the one that died. I think I mentioned him in the first video. I noticed that I scratched a couple times. Should I start a video over just because I scratched, or let it be that I'm human? That's funny. And we're only 5 minutes into video. I wonder how these talk show host, podcast people do their videos. Never run out of words in writing. Bit of a flibberty gibbet. I have to go call half of the words that I write just to make sure that I'm not too tangential. And here we are, just walking and doing the best we can. Breathing, walking. I may fall over just trying to, because I'm thinking too much about walking and what to say. It'd be funny to follow my ass. My friend Steve is not feeling well, but we have plans to go see James Bond. I've not heard good things about it. You know how many movies just aren't what they used to be? Seems like, I don't know, people are going out of their ways to destroy movies. If Indiana Jones 5 goes as bad as 4, if not worse, I guess it won't matter. Once Harrison's done with the project, there's just not Indiana Jones. I don't think they found a suitable replacement for him. Did like River Phoenix when he played young Indiana Jones in the beginning of the third movie. That was good. Are movies really just not as good, or is it just I'm older and I need writing to have matched my movie level? I assume if you watch enough movies, you become an expert in movies. Favorite movies? Fandango. The Fandango with Kevin Costner. I think it's his first feature film. And then People Will Talk. 1951. Gene Crane, Cary Grant. I could watch that movie over and over. That's Patch Adams before there was a Patch Adams. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It suggests that nothing much has changed in medical care in terms of the dialogue between how we serve people and profiting. People Will Talk. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Joe versus the Volcano, another favorite, great soundtrack. My favorite scene is probably Tom and the taxi cab driver. I forget that actor's name, but if I ever get picked up in New York for a cab, I want him to be my driver. What other movies? Oh yeah, Harvey. Talked about Harvey today with a client. One of the reasons I brought it up was people have a misconception that if you hear things or see things other people don't hear or see, that you automatically have schizophrenia, and that's just not true. You can have PTSD and have hallucinations. You can have bipolar, major depression. There's quite a few things that can lead to hallucinations. You can have no condition whatsoever and have hallucinations. Most of the people that have good hallucinations don't come into our office, because why would you want a nice voice that's telling you, oh, you did good today, to go away? You wouldn't. And so if you watch the movie Harvey, Jimmy Stewart, watch the making of it, narrated by Jimmy Stewart. And in that, you'll hear Jimmy talk about people that approached him, because back in the day, stars were approachable. Not that they're not nice stars now, it's just there's so many paparazzis and people rushing stars that it's harder to approach them. Back in the day, Jimmy Stewart would walk down a normal street and people would come up to him and they'd say hi, and occasionally, per his own words in the making of the movie Harvey, he would say a few of them would look down and kind of look away and then ask, "Is he here?" referring to the 6-foot rabbit. And Jimmy would be kind, and he's like, "Well, no." And I said, "Well, I need to tell you, I have a puka too." Puka's the invisible entity that follows people around. And they would tell him, "This entity has been with us since I was like 12. It's always been kind." And I always liked Harvey because I realized I wasn't alone. I wonder how many people have invisible childhood friends that never left them. I wonder how many people talk to people that aren't there, like our lost loved ones. Check out a Richard Martini video and learn how to talk to people of past. You can do it just like you're talking to me or your neighbor or your family. And whatever answer comes up in your head is probably the response. Of course, you don't have to believe it. You can say it's a daydream. We do daydream. That doesn't mean the answer that you got is wrong, because your brain has the ability to create answer sets from the perspective of other personalities. So when you dream, and you have a dream character that's a family member, you can believe that they're actually there, and you probably have a solid understanding of their personality, and so that personality in your brain is probably accurate. So it really doesn't matter if it's them or your brain being a personality simulator making that character. The answer set will be the same, which is what Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich was saying when he wrote chapter 13 in the Invisible Counselor Technique. I practice that and I've had good experiences with it. One of my characters is Carl Jung. Figured if you're going to invite people into your council, might as well bring the king of psychotherapy. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, I can certainly share, or you can look it up, and it's pretty easy to find. It's out there. You can find information on it and practice it yourself. So until the next video, I wish you well. Be safe and tell someone you love them. Walk where you are.